Thanks for watching Endgame Economics. If you enjoyed this video, hit subscribe. It's completely free for you, and it helps us continue making more videos like this.
Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are jumping straight into the absolute most mind-bending paradox in the tech world right now. We are unpacking the trillion-dollar paradox, demystifying the economics of OpenAI and making sense of the math that literally has financial analysts scratching their heads.
$14 billion. That's a billion with a B. That is what OpenAI is projected to lose this year alone. To put that into perspective, that's more than the GDP of some entire nations and way more than what most Fortune 500 companies earn in net profit. Yet somehow, investors are valuing the company at an astonishing $157 billion. Some serious analysts are even projecting a $1 trillion valuation in the near future, and it's not despite these massive losses, but possibly because of them. So how on earth does a company hemorrhaging that much cash become one of the most valuable private entities on the planet?
Well, to make sense of this trillion-dollar paradox, we actually can't start by looking at the billions. We have to zoom way in and look at the microscopic economics of a single ChatGPT query. Because if we really want to understand the macro picture, we have to grasp the tiny little transactions happening every single second of every day.
And the magic number here is 3 cents. Every single time you or I send a message to ChatGPT, OpenAI burns through roughly 3 cents in pure compute costs just to generate that one response. Now, 3 cents sounds like absolutely nothing, right? You probably wouldn't even stop to pick up 3 pennies off the sidewalk. But in the world of generative AI, this tiny number is the seed of a massive financial crater.
Because think about what happens when you multiply that tiny 3-cent cost across 100 million daily active users. Suddenly, you have a daily compute bill that will absolutely make your eyes water. And remember, that is the cost before paying a single engineer's salary, before renting an office, or even buying a cup of coffee. It's totally different from something like Netflix, where adding one more subscriber to watch a show costs basically zero. With AI, compute costs scale relentlessly with every single interaction.
So, when you zoom back out to the macro level, the math becomes pretty terrifying. They're bringing in roughly $4 billion in revenue, but they're stacking that against $18 billion in costs. That's what creates that massive $14 billion crater we talked about at the start. So you really have to ask yourself, why are incredibly sophisticated investors practically throwing money at a business with these kinds of margins?
To understand how we got to these bizarre numbers, we have to trace what is genuinely one of the strangest origin stories in the entire history of technology. It's honestly like a movie, a total clash between high-minded idealism and the cold, hard realities of computational capitalism.
Back in 2015, they actually began as a nonprofit. Their charter explicitly stated that their mission was to ensure artificial general intelligence benefits all of humanity, not shareholders. But as it turns out, training frontier AI models costs an absolute fortune. So in 2019, they had to pivot. They created this complex capped profit entity just to raise serious capital. And then in November 2022, they accidentally launched a research preview called ChatGPT. It hit 1 million users in just 5 days. That is a hypergrowth curve that totally dwarfed Netflix's historical adoption rate. They essentially built a rocket ship, but they had absolutely no launch pad.
And because of this bizarre corporate Frankenstein structure, there's a fascinating caveat. Sam Altman, the CEO steering this $157 billion ship, owns exactly 0 shares of equity. Since the nonprofit board still sits at the very top of the corporate structure, he has absolutely no equity stake in the empire he's currently building. Crazy, right?
Okay, so why are investors writing these massive checks for a company with such strange plumbing? Well, they aren't looking at today's balance sheet. They are looking at history. This unique setup actually becomes a highly rational investment when you look at the historical parallels. We are basically talking about the railroads of AI.
Investors are essentially betting that OpenAI is the Amazon Web Services, or AWS, of artificial intelligence. Think back to when AWS launched in 2006. Amazon lost money on it for years, building out massive cloud infrastructure. But Jeff Bezos knew that whoever controlled the internet's computing power would eventually collect a toll on everything built on top of it. Or think of the railroads in the 1860s. Huge early losses were required to permanently own the structural backbone of an expanding continent. That is exactly the playbook investors see happening right now.
It is all about owning the model frontier. The massive losses we're seeing are simply the required entry fee for securing that frontier. To stay ahead, OpenAI has to constantly train newer, better models. And better AI means exponentially more expensive AI. For instance, a single complex query on their advanced O3 model costs around $15, compared to older models that literally cost pennies. That $14 billion isn't just lost money. It's the toll they pay to maintain their technological lead so competitors don't blow right past them.
In fact, Altman has proposed the Stargate Initiative. Get this, it's a staggering $500 billion AI infrastructure plan for the United States over the next few years. Just to put that into perspective, that is roughly the GDP of Belgium. If Altman's vision of our future compute requirements is accurate, it makes a $14 billion annual loss look like a mere down payment on the structural foundation of the entire global economy. But hold on, before we just assume a $1 trillion valuation is guaranteed, we have to expose the fragile, completely unprecedented threats holding this entire operation together. Sophisticated investors know this is not a sure thing. They're buying optionality. And there are 3 existential threats standing directly in their way.
First, the competition. OpenAI faces uniquely terrifying rivals. You've got Google with endless compute, decades of data, and limitless cash to subsidize its AI. You have Anthropic, backed by Amazon with fiercely competitive technology. But Meta is perhaps the most disruptive of all. Meta doesn't need to directly monetize AI, so they are just giving away their powerful llama models for absolutely free to maintain a diverse ecosystem. This puts immense downward pressure on the prices OpenAI can charge, driving the cost of standard AI models aggressively towards zero.
Then, beyond competitors, there are immense structural hurdles. Right now, OpenAI is trying to restructure into a standard for-profit company to secure its valuation and liquidity. But they need approval from their nonprofit board, they face attorney general regulatory oversight, and they're battling a charter violation lawsuit from co-founder Elon Musk. On top of all that, the technology is rapidly commoditizing. Stuff you paid $20 a month for last year can increasingly be done by free open source models today. They are running on a tremendously expensive treadmill, and the speed is only increasing.
And that brings us to the ultimate gamble. This is really a story about a nonprofit mission meant to protect humanity, colliding head-on with the cutthroat demands of capitalism. And this underlying tension finally exploded in November 2023.
The sequence of events here is just staggering. On a Friday, the nonprofit board abruptly fired CEO Sam Altman. But within just 5 chaotic days, a mass employee revolt happened. The staff threatened to resign en masse and walk straight over to Microsoft, which already had $13 billion invested and was heavily pressuring the board. By day 5, the board totally reversed course, overhauled itself completely, and Altman was rehired. As industry observers quickly noted, when the pressure was truly on, the nonprofit governance structure, the very thing designed to prioritize humanity's safety, had essentially no practical power. It immediately folded to the demands of its own commercial momentum and a massive $13 billion partner. The financial weight was simply too heavy for the nonprofit guardrails to hold back. Which leaves us with the most important question of all. And really, this is what you should take away from this explainer today. As this technology becomes both the most valuable and potentially dangerous creation in human history, is this bizarre corporate structure actually capable of managing it safely? We're watching a company try to build the future of humanity while racing to close a $14 billion deficit. The trillion-dollar question isn't just if they can do it, but what they will have to become in order to survive.